Hey everyone, it's Andy, your functional nutrition and longevity health coach. Just thought I'd give a shout out this morning as I am driving home from my dentist. And over these last 3 years since we gone to Texas, and we've been going to the dentist, today I asked my dentist an interesting question, because when I used to be in California, over the last 10-15 years, they always told me that I had receding gums, my gums are always bleeding, and the last time I had a dental checkup in California back in 2019, right before 2020 kicked in and the whole COVID fiasco came in, they were already telling me that my receding gums were so bad, right? Like the pockets, I had like 3, 4, 5s and, all these stupid crazy numbers. They were trying to get me to do dentures. They're telling me that, I'm not going to have my teeth probably for, when I'm in my 60s or 70s, and they're trying to sell me on dentures because my pockets for my gum disease were so bad. And they always were poking and prodding, and it was the most uncomfortable thing, but, that was my routine. And, in the last 2 years, since, we found a new dentist, really good friend of mine, recommended his younger brother. Anyways, he's a holistic dentist and everything. I love the guy. And today is like after my cleaning, I asked him, I say, how come you're not checking my gum pockets? And he looked at me and says, why we're checking your gum pockets? He's like, you're going to have the teeth for the rest of your life. Your gums are perfect. And I said, my gums are perfect? He said, yeah, your gums are perfect. There's no receding at all. And that's why we did not check those gaps. And I was thinking, wow, this is crazy, because all my life, like in my 20s, 30s, 40s, it just got worse. 1 turned to 2, 2 turned to 3, 3 turned to 4, 4 turned to 5. And, all these dentists were telling, well, once you get to that point, it doesn't get better. It's going to get to a point where you're going to lose your teeth and everything. And it got me worried, to be honest, because I like original equipment. I was not looking forward to getting dentures and stuff like that. And to hear today from my dentist, you got perfect teeth, you're going to have your teeth for the rest of your life, and your gums are perfect. There is no receding gums at all. And that's why we're not testing for the 1, 2, and 3s, because they're literally all 1s, because there's no receding gum line. And I tell you, the only difference in this last 2.5 years is this right here is my LifeWave X39 patch. So a lot of people, when they're saying, well, I don't feel difference, I don't know what these stem cells are doing. Well, guess what? Some of these things, they are fixing your body and getting repair without you even knowing about it, and without me asking my dentist today about my receding gums. Using receding gums, what are you talking about? You got perfect gums. I tell you, that's not the story I had just as simple as 4 years ago, when my California dentists were saying that my gums were receding so bad, I was going to need dentures soon. So there you have it for all those people that says, well, I don't feel any difference. It's like, there's so much going on in your body when your body's healing itself. It's the little things that you don't know about that is healing, and that's amazing. I'm so happy to have perfect gums, right? That must sound really funny, but I'm happy to have perfect gums and gonna have original equipment teeth for the rest of my life. How many of you can say that? How many of you have problems with receding gums or bleeding gums? Maybe it's time to check out this LifeWave X39 patch and get patched now. Like these patches, totally amazing, using your body's own phototherapy, own light energy to stimulate new stem cell growth for whatever areas you need to repair. And in this case, not only has it helped me throughout my whole body, but this is the first time I was asking about my gums, and I got perfect gums. All right, for all those out there that's having problems with their teeth, with their gums, reach out to me. I would love to share this technology with you. And so happy, perfect gums. All right, just a little share from me, so ecstatic coming back from a dentist, and not me